All right, guys, we're back kind of like in the Statement Games lobby. You can actually do the same thing that Nathan and I are actually doing right now by simply going to statementgames.com, logging into your account. But also keep in mind that if you're more of an app person, you can actually access Statement Games by searching on Statement Games Fantasy Sports, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Now, the process that we're going to take you through right now, I know that I've mentioned this on past episodes, or if you heard me on other kind of podcasts and things like that. The store is fairly simple, and it's one or a process that I've kind of like been dealing with in my family for the past 30 years. My family, and we'll be doing this on the entirety of the Thanksgiving Day here, is we create our own private contests, and we're basically just the people who are having Thanksgiving dinner with us here have the opportunity to play. So you can actually do the same thing here. Once you're in the lobby here, we're taking a look right now at the upcoming traditional Detroit Lions Thanksgiving Day football game. They happen to be playing the Houston Texans. So Nathan and I are going to create our own private contest. Simply hit create. What do you think? Let's make this an 8-man tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make everybody pay 5 coins to get in. And you can just call it Nate C's Thanksgiving Day Special or something like that here. And as you can kind of see, we're literally kind of creating a 8-person tournament. Only the people that Nathan invites to play in this tournament have the ability to play. For anybody who's listening or watching this show who goes through like this same process here, I'm actually going to make a little deal with you. We're going to be giving out our top 3 picks each for this game, since Nathan and I are actually playing as a team here. But anybody who decides to create either an 8, 10, or 12-man contest, and you have to fill these contests with either 8, 10, or 12 people. If anybody happens to go 10 for 10, if you as a contest creator go 10 for 10 with your picks, or anybody in your group goes 10 for 10 with their picks, and this can either be for the Lions game or the 4 o'clock Dallas game. I would make the same thing for the Steelers-Ravens game here, but unfortunately we just kind of found out that game has actually been moved from Thanksgiving night to, I believe it's Sunday afternoon now. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 4 o'clock here, but I guess check your local listings to check that out here. But if anybody can go 10 for 10 with their picks in a private contest setting, I'm personally going to send you, the contest creator, a $100 cash gift card of your choice, and you'll probably have about 85 different merchants that you can actually choose from. It can be as popular as Amazon, or I don't care. If you happen to be a Domino's pizza lover here, you can actually do something like that here. But there's about 85 different merchants that you can choose from here. $100 cash gift card of your choice, all yours. If you or anybody in your group can go 10 for 10 with their picks, it's completely up to you if you want to share this with the person who goes 10 for 10 with your picks, if that person just doesn't happen to kind of going to be you. So think about it as the more people that you get to play in your tournament here, the more of an opportunity that you'll get of somebody going 10 for 10 with their picks.
Nice. Create the contest. Here we go.
All right. And you'll have an opportunity to invite people once you've actually made your 10 sections here. But this is, I don't know. I mean, I really don't have a strong feel for who the Lions are this season. I mean, they've pulled out some wackadoo kind of wins this season here. And, I mean, these guys are kind of banged up. I'll kind of leave it to you to give a little bit of insight on the Lions here. But I got my kind of thought process on this. It definitely looks like the Texans probably will have to run the table if they want a realistic opportunity of making the playoffs. Lions up and down. Patricia back on the hot seat after, 20-0 shutout to Carolina. Quick turnaround here. I don't know. Maybe they were looking forward to the Thanksgiving Day game here and just overlooked the Panthers. But if you're the Lions, I'm not sure how you can overlook anybody. But hey, we're at where we're at. It's Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
12 o'clock. 12 or 12:30 start. I think it's pregame 12 o'clock. Game is 12:30.
Yeah, I believe so. That's usually how that runs, if I remember correctly.
Let me just double check real quick here. I should know this, but 12:30 kickoff. So, but I'm sure everything kind of like gets started fairly early between 11:30, 12:30. I'm not sure what. I'm assuming that's is that going to be Fox or ABC?
CBS.
CBS. I'm sorry. So all right, so it'll be CBS game. So I don't know. You
Yep.
figure 11:30
I think.
pregame kind of starts.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, the Lions are really banged up, so I'm not liking them to do too much. Stafford's dealing with a thumb issue again, and when he has those hand problems, he is not as successful at throwing the ball. So I think it's going to be a down game for him. You got DeAndre Swift, who may or may not play because of concussion protocol, even though he is progressing. And then Galladay is looking like he's not going to play. So those are major assets for the Lions that are just not going to do it on offense. So I'll kick this off with my first
Go for it.
pick here, and I'm going to go on the running back side. Kerryon Johnson has essentially been non-existent this season, and even though DeAndre Swift won't be there, and I think Kerryon Johnson might get a little bit more playing time, he's going to be getting an increase from like 5 or 6 snaps over the course of the last few weeks. So I'm going to say Kerryon Johnson under half a touchdown is pretty obvious. I don't think that's going to happen. And so that's my thinking. What do you got for your first pick?
I just don't like the Lions and their ability to stop kind of anybody. I kind of got burned 2 weeks ago. I thought it was kind of like a good play, from a fantasy perspective, picking up the Lions defense against Washington.
Yeah.
Especially with I mean, look, Alex Smith is I guess now kind of like a career kind of like backup here, but towards the end of that game here, he moved the ball, put up points against the Lions. It seems like a lot of teams are putting up points against like the Lions here. So I really like the Brandin Cooks plus Will Fuller combined over 11.5 receptions. So I would lock in on that one as my top pick playing this game.
Oh, absolutely. So along those lines, just not liking how Stafford plays with his injured hand. I'm going to say that he's going to be under 1.5 touchdown passes. I think that's pretty for sure going to happen. What about you?
Well, I do like some points actually being scored here. I just don't know about kind of like Stafford, so I like that, and I can actually I can actually see Houston kind of like getting up a little bit like in this game here, and then coasting like a little bit towards the end. And I'm just not sure if Stafford has enough firepower to keep up with Houston kind of perspective from the points total. But I do think 51.5 points is a lot of points. So I'm going to take the under 51.5.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I think it's going to be a lopsided game. And to me personally, I think any points are scored, it's going to be from the kicker there from the Lions. But on the defense side, because my background with the IDP guys is very defense heavy, I want to make sure I get one of my defensive picks in here, and I'm going with Texans D over 2.5 sacks. Stafford's usually running for his life, and I don't think this game's going to be any different.
Cool. You stole a little bit of my thunder. I kind of can agree with you. I mean, I just kind of feel like it's sacrilege if you don't take some type of positive Lions pick on Thanksgiving Day here. But the only thing that I can really lock in with that I feel comfortable with is the kicker. So I'll take Prater over 1.5 field goals.
Yep. His nickname is MV Prater because he's the most valuable player on the field.
There you go.
So with that, we're not going to fill out a full 10 picks here. So if you want, I think I'm going to put this out as a link on Twitter.
Put it as a link or something like that. If people want to play against Team Nate and Team Marc here, just let people know what your Statement Games username is so that they know who there is here. Yeah, let us
we'll
play
put
with us.
that out.
We'll put that in like the in the description, kind of like comment section or the show notes and things like that in this video.
Sure. Yep, we'll do that so people can play with us and see the rest of our picks and fill out this tournament. And so with that, make sure you're following at Statement Games on all social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and obviously play Statement Games. Go in statementgames.com and create a account and start playing. But with that, Mark, it's good seeing you again, and we'll be back next week.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.